This can either go really well or really bad. My daughter was napping, but she's awake now. There she is. So we might need to do voiceovers. What's up, you guys? I'm getting ready for the Kings versus Lakers game. Super last minute. My dad hit me up and was like, girl, what you doing tomorrow? And I was like, it's going to storm. It was supposed to storm, but you know what? I was like, I'm going to the game. Fuck it. Let's go. So I'm picking up my Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Skin Enhancing Concealer, and it is super, super fucking hydrating. So I picked this bad boy up. I haven't used it in a very long time. This is in the color SX03. It's super bright, but my face is a little pale right now. Also, I've been using my retinols. So my skin is peeling, and I needed some extra moisturizing products on my face. This is the MAC Studio Fix Concealer. It comes in a tube. It's also super hydrating. So I'm using that on my forehead as contour. I'm taking my beauty blender and I'm just pressing in the product. I'm going to look a little pale right now, and I'm doing things a little bit backwards. So I'm doing my concealer first, and then I'm going to marry everything together with my foundation. But don't worry, you guys, trust the process. Trust me, it's going to work. I had to do things a little bit different because if I were to do my makeup how I normally do it today, it probably wouldn't have come out as good as I would have hoped it would, just because I'm literally peeling everywhere. My forehead, in between my eyebrows are peeling, my nose. So I had to make sure that I gave my skin the most hydrating products. So after I kind of blend that stuff out, I'm going to go in with my Ilia Skin Serum Foundation. I think this is in the color 8.75, but I'll leave everything listed below. So I'm just taking this on the back of my hand, and I just picked up whatever brush I could find because we are still in the middle of moving. Yes, we are still moving. Mother Nature, every single time we were trying to move, it started to storm. New Year's Eve, there was a flood. It was windy. Our fence broke down. Somebody died in that storm. It's been nuts. So I'm just taking the foundation and I'm working it everywhere. I'm not touching underneath my eyes. If you'll notice, I'm kind of just doing the outer portion of my face, and then I'm going to go in on my forehead and then blend in that contour. And that contour, like I said, is very creamy. I love a bronzed forehead. So working backwards this way, it totally works. Like, makeup has no rules. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want, and that's what I love about it. So sometimes the journey might not be the same, but the end result is always there. So I am blending this out, and then I'm going to take my beauty blender again once this is all blended out, and I'm going to marry everything together and then push it into my skin. So when I say marry, I mean like blend. Marry is AKA blend. So it's getting married, but it's blending together. So make sure your beauty blender is damp. You always want to use a clean, damp beauty blender. So I'm pushing this into my skin, and then I'm going to use my powders over top, and I'm going to layer on my powders, you guys. The reason why I'm doing that is because my skin is dry and it's flaking and it's peeling because of my new skincare routine, which hopefully I'll share with you guys. It's been a very, very long time since I've had a routine because of the baby and certain products that I couldn't use while I was pregnant. While breastfeeding in the beginning. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And now I'm trying to take care of myself because my skin was just, oh, girl, I had hyperpigmentation everywhere. I still have a little bit of hyperpigmentation on my chin, but it is what it is. So I'm picking up my Laura Mercier. This is the translucent powder. I'm using my damp beauty blender, and I like to press this under my eyes. You guys, I don't bake. I just push it into my skin until it is completely absorbed. So I like to go under my eyes, on the sides of my nose, my chin, my forehead. Sometimes I will set my whole face with this powder. It's such a good powder. It gives no flashback. When you take flash pictures, you won't look like a ghost. It is honestly, hands down, one of the best setting powders in life, and it is universal. It works on every skin color, every skin tone, every skin texture. Like, I've never had an issue with this powder not working on somebody in my line of work, and for as long as I've done makeup, it has always worked wonders. So Like I said, I'm doing the sides of my nose, you know, I'll do like my cheeks. It really, really helps blur, and it helps kind of eliminate, oh my gosh, look how smooth. So smooth. It eliminates any kind of pores you might see. It is honestly godsend powder. Okay, so then I'm going to pick up my MAC Studio Fix powder, and I'm using 2 different shades tonight. So this one is NC40, and this one has a little bit more color. So this is going to help put some color back into my face. I'm going to put this all over my face, not under my eyes, so everywhere except for the under eye area. And this big ass fan brush that I'm using, notice that I don't rub the powder. I'm literally taking the powder, packing it on the brush, and pressing it into my face, like pat, 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 pat. You want to pat it all over your face until you get the coverage that you want. So I was going for some semi-full coverage, and I just wanted my face to look glowy, even though it was super dry right now and it's peeling. That was the look I was going for. So after I use the NC40, I'm going to pick up the NC35. It's 1 notch lighter, hardly any lighter. And I'm going to use this on my cheeks because I tend to get like a little bit of redness sometimes, and I didn't want it to be too dark right there. So this powder is just a little bit brighter, so I'm just going to hit up those like spots with it. Oh, and also in the center of my forehead, you know, kind of where you just want to be a little bit lighter. Center of the face is typically where you want to be light. Outer perimeter of the face is where you want to contour. And speaking of contour, I am going to pick up my Laura Mercier. This is the matte bronzer in shade 1, and then this is my dusty little Sigma contour brush. It's a slanted contour brushes work the best for me, so any kind of slanted contour brush is like my favorite. I'm going to hit up my forehead, my nose, and my cheekbones with this. When you guys are contouring, remember also with this kind of powder, you have to press it into the skin. Don't rub it. Don't go in circular motions. I really like to press where you want the product. And then like right here in my cheekbone, I'm just pressing. And you want to just be very light-handed with this and build your product as you go. You never want to start heavy-handed because you can always build, but you can never really take away, if that makes sense. Like if you add too much, like you'll have to start all over. You'll just have to wipe it off, start over. But if you start very small and just build up your look, that's what you want to go for. So always remember that little tidbit. All right, now we are going to go in with some blush. I picked up a color by MAC that I haven't picked up in a really long time. This color is called What I Fancy. And this brush that I'm using is just, I think it's a blush brush by Sigma. Like I said, I'm going to have to look and post everything below. But this color just gives a kind of a little cute pop of pink. I was looking for like I wanted to go for like a very fresh look for this. So I wanted my skin just to look super hydrated and glowing. This is the MAC, I forget the name of this highlighter. I'll list it down below for you guys. But I just popped it on my Cupid's bow and on my nose. And now I'm going in on my eyebrows. This is, of course, Benefit Cosmetics. This is the Precisely My Brow Pencil. I use this color 3.75 to line the bottom of my brow. I can never put their products down. Like Benefit, hands down, is one of my favorites. I love other brow products, but for some reason there's always something that I find wrong about it. Whether it's like the product doesn't have a spoolie at the end. The spoolie at the end is really what like does it for me, but also their formula is fucking bomb. Okay, so this is the Goof Proof brow pencil, and it's a slanted pencil. Think of this as like a crayon. So the Precisely My Brow Pencil is like a colored pencil, and then the Goof Proof is a crayon. So the crayon allows you to fill in a bigger area, right? But if you were using a colored pencil, it's something that's a little bit more defined. So yeah, that's the best way for me to explain this whole madness behind the method of why I use 2 different brow pencils. So yeah, the madness to my method. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Anyway, mom brain. Yeah, so I like to use the pencil to define the bottom, and then the Goof Proof, I go in and I use the slanted, thicker pencil as a crayon, and it just works so well for me. Like this combination has just been, so good. Like I used to use pomade back in the day. I've used powders. I've used it all. Like eyebrows have just always kind of been my thing, and this has worked, and it's stuck for a very long time. So yeah, that's just what I like to do, and you know, it works. So anyway, obviously I already went to the game and I'm filming and editing, or not filming, but I'm editing this and recording my voiceovers after I had already watched the game. And I just want to quickly say something. It is so fucking funny when you see these players in action up front, like when they fall. So like LeBron is a big ass dude, okay, but like when they fall, there's just so much fucking drama behind the fall. I don't know if it's because like they're big, you see like a big ass person falling, but like our seats were right there by the court and like right behind the players. Like I could touch them if I wanted to. And it's just so funny seeing the players fall or get fouled. I couldn't. I was dying every single time, and I was just like, am I the only one laughing at this shit? Anyway, so I'm finishing up my eyebrows, and then I'm going to pick up my 24-hour brow setting gel, also by Benefit. I'm going to just swipe this through. This also helps not only set the eyebrows, but any kind of like harsh lines. It just diffuses the products so well together. I don't like laminated eyebrows anymore. Like that's just not my vibe. I used to do that. So this gel isn't strong enough to do that. So if you're looking for a laminated brow, then this will not be the gel for you. But I love this shit. It's my favorite. So now we're going to be moving on to lip gloss. I picked up two colors that I haven't picked up in a super ass long time, and that is Primordal. It is discontinued. I'm sorry. I know I always do this to you guys. Everyone's always like, what's your lip color? What's your lip color? What's your lip color? And I'm like, oh, it's discontinued. So this one is Please Me. This is by MAC, and then I'm going to layer Primordal on top, and it's like a nudish brown color. I mixed these two together because Please Me is just very light. Primordal was going to make me look super like washed out and sandy and brown. So I just figured like the two of them together would look super cute. But yeah, it's cute. So moving on to eyelashes, I'm using my Clinique Lashpower mascara for my bottom lashes. I'm also going to curl my top lashes and use that same mascara. And then we're going to go in with some falsies. I picked up my false lashes by Lenee, and then I'm using the glue by Kiss. So it's the Bond and Seal, and I'm using those individual lashes that like the clusters that go on the inside of your eye. I'll have to give you guys a quick little tutorial on that because it was a hit on Snapchat. Everyone loved it. And honestly, I love this method of doing eyelashes. Like, it's so bomb. You can sleep in your eyelashes. Like, obviously, I don't recommend sleeping in them, but they're supposed to last for up to 10 days. I tried it out, and the lash extensions only lasted me like 3 days. Like the Seal and the Bond, like the glue, it's not that, like, it's strong, but it's sticky, and like they can fall off if you sleep on your face, and I be sleeping on my face, so it just doesn't work out for me. But yeah, so I'm going to pop on these lashes, and I'm going to show you guys. I'll talk you kind of through it, but I'll have to do like an actual talk through video where it's not voiceovers, so I can explain in depth a little bit more. But you guys, mom life right now, I barely have time to even film a tutorial. So this is the best I can do right now, and you know, you got to just do what you got to do. Oh yeah, so I actually picked up my Laura Mercier bronzer, and I'm popping this under my lower lash line just so I look a little bit more bright-eyed, cute, and awake. If you take a very light bronzer, or like the same bronzer that you use on your face, and you pop that under your eye, it makes your eyes look so much more awake. Like, oh, look at me. I look like I am just alive, and I am living, and I don't have any kids. Psych. Okay, so I'm taking the Bond and I'm putting that on my eyelashes before I pop on the falsies. So you see these little tweezers? Oh my God, they work wonders. You use it, pick it up, put it on there, and surprisingly enough, like a lot of these lash companies that make this Bond and Seal type deal lashes, they work really well. You don't have to wait 60 seconds for it to dry. Like, you put the Bond on, you pop on that lash, and it's on there, girl. Like, it sticks. And then, like, when you're done with the whole eye, all you have to do is go in with the other side, like the Seal, and put that on all your eyelashes, and your lashes are intact. Okay, like, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to deal with like a whole ass strip. It's just I just love this method. It works so well, and it looks so natural. You don't have that lash band sitting on the top of your eyelid taking up eyelid space, because girl, I got small ass eyes, and I used to always struggle with eyelid space or like eyeliner or eyeshadow, and now, like, look at that, it's so beautiful. So now we're taking the Seal, And then we're going to go ahead and seal it. So I did my other eye off camera, obviously. And so I'm just sealing the lashes. And then I'm going to give you guys a quick little peekaboo at what it looks like, because it looks so bomb. Like, it's so good. I can't. It's literally like you just went and got your eyelashes done. This is foolproof. If you're a beginner, I suggest using these lashes over strip lashes. Okay, so for the last part, I'm going to take this little... I don't know who this is by. I'm going to have to look because I have only picked this up like once, but it's like a wet balm. It's like a shiny balm, and I'm going to put it on my eyes and on the tops of my cheekbones. It might not reflect right here in the video as much as it did in person, but oh my gosh, I was looking like a dewy little dumpling, and it looked so good. So like I said, I wanted a super awake look. Like, that was the vibe I was going for. I wanted to look fresh, awake, hydrated, and just like put together, but still glam. That's what this was giving me. Like, I was feeling myself this night. Okay, look at this. You could not even tell that my skin was peeling. Do you guys see this? Like, skin come through all the way through. It was, oh my god, so bomb. I didn't even want to wash my face when I got home. Yas, queen. Okay, you guys, so this is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We will have talk through tutorials coming very soon. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.